All right, Jen St. Dennis from Business in Vancouver is with us. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning.
Well, after yesterday, a lot of people wondering what will be happening today. Now, as you mentioned, the Dow Jones is up this morning. The Asian markets were mixed, some really bad, and one was up. So what's going on?
Yeah, it's a different story today, and there is a reason for that. And the reason is that the China Central Bank stepped in after markets closed in China today. They stepped in and they did announce some economic stimulus, and investors had been waiting for this and waiting, and that's part of the reason that we saw this sell-off, along with the poor manufacturing numbers on Friday that started the whole thing. So what the People's Bank of China announced was that they would be cutting the interest rate by 25 percentage points down to 4.6%, and they would also be reducing the amount of cash reserves that banks are required to hold in reserve. And this is expected to free up liquidity into the economy, so to increase the amount of lending that banks can do for businesses. So markets are responding to that, and we're seeing a pretty big rally today in Europe, and then we're expecting the same thing for the New York Stock Exchange. We'll see what happens in Canada. You know, we're still very focused on commodities and natural resources in our market, and that is the big concern about what's happening in the Chinese economy as they're trying to transition from this economy based on cheaper manufacturing and exports to this sort of more mature economy where domestic consumption is a bigger share, and sort of faltering on this transition and this slowing demand. The world's second biggest economy, it's affecting a whole bunch of different things. So we're still kind of watching how that economy is doing and transitioning.
Well, for the first couple of minutes, Jen, as you pointed out, the Dow Jones was up over, past 350 points, but we showed it a moment ago, and it's actually dropping again. So it's down now. I think it might be just under 300 at last. It's just at 307. So, and you can see it dropping as well. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on here. Is it
volatility in the markets today? For sure. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how this continues on. So we'll monitor that. I know you will as well. We'll talk to you in an hour and we'll see how things are doing.
Sounds good.
Okay, Jen. Thanks.